When you see that view, you know that you made it. You arrived at the end of the world. This is gonna be the first episode of a series that I wanna call Thoughts from an Outsider. Hello, my name is Danny, and this is Ushuaia. The first thing that hits you when you arrive in southern Argentina, Patagonia, isn't just the cold, it's the scale. Here, you are constantly embraced by the Marshall Mountains. In the mornings, the city breathes slowly. The streets are remarkably calm, and they kind of offer a sense of space that is hard to find elsewhere. It's a place built for wandering. And I'm not gonna lie, the city has a few hills, but it is highly walkable. And every corner turned reveals a new perspective of the Andes meeting the sea. But Ushuaia is more than just a postcard. It's a living community at the edge of the map. With around 80,000 residents, it feels like everyone is connected by the landscape. And then there's the peace of mind. The crime here is almost non-existent. People often joke that the crime rate is zero because, well, where would a thief run? But in all seriousness, the sense of safety is real. You can feel it in the way people walk at night, cars with keys inside, houses open, everyone being so welcome. That is just different. I had the opportunity to visit the city in September 2025, and it gave me the best of both worlds. It was a transitional period, so you get the 4 seasons in one day experience. A spring sunshine in 1 minute, and sudden snow falling in the mountains. You truly feel the spirit of this place. The right direction is looking up. The first actual adventure that I did was at the Glaciar Martial, but I was not alone. Meet Iago, or if you want to practice your Argentine Spanish, Chago, a local and extremely competent guide who knows these peaks like the back of his hand. He was always smiling, and honestly, a very good photographer in his free time. The trail begins in the woods, where history is literally marked in the trees. You see by the high-cut trunks. They were left by prisoners almost a century ago. They used to cut them during winter, thinking they were at the ground level, not realizing they were standing on meters of packed snow. As we climbed, the green started to fade. The landscape transformed right before our eyes, until suddenly, there it was, my first time seeing snow. The camera never quite captures the inclination of those mountains. It is a silent battle between your lungs and the mountain, but every breath, that crispy air, felt like a reward. In the end, I had a lot of time to explore the cerro by myself, and by the time we made it back down to the base, the adrenaline had turned into a warm glow. We spent more time in common areas of the cerro, just observing the atmosphere of a day that started in a forest and ended in the clouds. My trip continued deeper into the wild. This time, the destination was the iconic Laguna Esmeralda.
Así que vamos viendo y cuando lleguemos a la parte del bosque vamos a ir entrando en calor ya.
With Cello's help, another very amazing local guide, I had no problem walking into the forest, and in a 9 km walking, we had a bunch of time to talk. Once again, the air was perfectly balanced between the ending winter and the shy arrival of spring. As we started the trek, the ground beneath our boots told a story of its own. As we moved through the forest, we faced a strange, almost ghostly sight: skeletons of trees, gray and broken. These are the footprints of the North American beavers. Introduced back in 1946 in a failed attempt to kickstart a fur industry, they had no natural predators. Now they've reshaped the entire ecosystem. It's a strange feeling. You get fascinated by the natural engineering, yet it's a huge reminder of how fragile the balance can be. The trail of the Laguna follows the path of the glacial meltwater. This valley was carved by massive sheets of ice thousands of years ago, leaving behind a terrain that feels ancient. The path was not a challenge. You were supposed to walk by the turbales, thick layers of decomposed organic matter that can be spongy or rocky hard depending on the frost. But in my case, the snow provided an easier way. Muchas gracias. Sí.
¿Ve corta? Bueno, las B cortas son avalanchas. Son avalanchas que han caído y han arrastrado la línea de bosque.
Acá
sí.
Avalanchas.
Se comen el bosque. ¿Viste? Allá. Sí. Allá tenés varias. Van comiendo el bosque. Allá tenés aquella montaña.
All of a sudden, you see it. Or rather, you see where it should be. In the summer, this lagoon gets a vibrant green color. But this time of the year, we found it completely transformed. A vast, silent white desert. The water was hidden beneath a layer of ice that can reach up to 20 to 30 centimeters thick. Walking on the top of a frozen lake is a surreal experience. There is a specific kind of silence that only exists in places like this. It's not the absence of noise, but the presence of peace. I want to leave you with some extra images of my day in the Terra del Fuego National Park and in the waters of the Beagle Channel. This was my first time capturing the images, editing, colorizing, and mixing. The video was made using a tiny Insta360 GO 3S and a few images from my S22. It is a starting point of me trying to document more about my trips. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.